It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the NFC West. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the home of the Cardinals, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Good to have you with us. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. You know, partner, fantasy football doesn't take into account the guys close to the football, the guys at the line of scrimmage. This is one where our eyes are going to be focused on that battle in the trenches all game long.
Mike, it doesn't matter if it's Pee-wee football, middle school football, or NFL football. You can only do offensively what your offensive line allows you to do. And I think that's exactly the case for both of these teams here today. They are going to win or lose based on the ability of gaining an advantage in the offense and defensive line. So I think we're going to see downhill run game. I think we're going to see play action pass. And the team that's able to impose their will up front along the trenches, I think that's going to be the team that finds himself at the end of this one coming out with the win.
And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. And leading them, Greg, the veteran out of West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
You just can't say enough about Geno and his turnaround over the last couple of years, Mike. I mean, many thought he was destined to just be a career backup and just play out the rest of his career. And when things didn't play out at first, instead of just listening to those doubters, he just kept working on his craft. And next thing you know, he gets an opportunity with a new team, makes the most of it, and he's now solidified himself as a bona fide franchise quarterback in this league.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Shotgun run now with Walker. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the pistol, here's Walker. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Connecting with the tight end, that's Fant. And he is very close to the first down, but eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019, to lead them.
I just love watching Kyler Murray play quarterback, Mike, because it just reminds you that they come in all shapes and sizes. I mean, to be this small, but this fast and have that much arm talent, you just don't see that combination very often, let alone in the NFL. But we are now more than a year removed from that knee injury. I think he's ready to prove that he was worth that #1 overall pick just a few seasons ago, and he considers himself one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL now that he's fully healthy again.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll be taken down at about the 28, but move the chains That's a first down.
Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. We can see why they're a fan in the toss. Healthy gain, and they pick up the first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here's Connor. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Murray now on second down. Here's third and 7. Back to throw is Murray. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on third down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Kaiser White able to make the tackle. Second down and 8. The tight end Fant in motion. Play action now. It's Gino. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
They teach these defensive ends to rush to the X. The X is the spot where the quarterback stops his drop, and you can see when he hit that back foot, he had nowhere to go, and he's able to bring him down for a big sack.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. From the shotgun, it's Smith. This pressure is relentless. They get him again.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Here's Michael Dixon now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Cards offense ready for their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Murray. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, But now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Murray with a give to Connor. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Devin Witherspoon up from the secondary to make the play. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. From the gun, it's Murray. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Here's Blake Gillikin now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. The tight end Fant in motion. On play action, Smith. Now he takes off. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the 1st down.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
We'll try and run it with Walker. And he didn't need much, but I don't think he got there. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like he is short on that one.
Great job with the pressure up the middle on 3rd and 1, Mike. When that back has to make someone miss in the backfield, that's all they need to throw off the timing. He's fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage. This defense holds him to no gain, brings up 4th down.
Here's their punter now, as he is on to kick it for Seattle. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. He finds his man, it's Dortch. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
1st and 10. Murray will throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. Two different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection, how can we get extra bodies and extra attention, because we still got a long way to go in this one.
Running here is Connor. Room to run past midfield. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. But some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
On the zone read, given to Connor. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short. Out of the gun, it's Murray. He runs with it.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
They'll run with Connor. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Gonna work Connor in the middle here. And the Cardinals are gonna have a 1st and goal. He's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. They'll run it here, and it's Connor to the 5-yard line. Second and goal. Again, it'll be Connor. He'll get a couple, mark him down at the 3. Third and goal. They'll try and run with Connor. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Murray. And he's going to be taken down. Could not get rid of the football. And they'll turn it over. Stopped on 4th and goal.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Get that one to Charbonnet, complete. And he's going to be brought down up past the 20.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here's 2nd and 6. He'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Third and a yard. The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. What will the 2nd quarter have in store? Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. Buda Baker active and making the tackle there. Here's a 2nd and 6. They run with Walker. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Third down, 3 to go. They'll run here with Walker. On comes the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner set to take over again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Conner. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle. On play action, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions. And after that last incompletion, it's really the story of the game. This offense has had a really hard time sustaining drives that can lead to points. You can sense the frustration, not only on the sideline, but really in the entire stadium. They've got to get something going, especially early in these drives, so they can find themselves in scoring position and come away with some points.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Seahawks offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A corner who is not only a good tackler, Mike, but a willing tackler can be a huge asset to any defense. So often they get a bad rap. They're considered just pass defenders. They want to run around. But for a guy to be able to come up and force the run and keep this to no gain, man, that makes a big difference on any defense.
And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Smith from the gun on 3rd down. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Here's the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Now a 2nd down throw for Murray. He keeps it himself. 25 yards, the pickup there. It's good for a Cardinals 1st down.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play. Second and 7. Throwing Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Here's 3rd and 2. We'll try and run for this with Connor. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage, and it sets up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up fourth down.
The Cardinals lining up for a punt. The Seahawks offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Smith. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
He's going to keep it himself. Gino's been around, knows how to slide and get out of harm's way after picking up the first down.
And this is what you like to see if you're the head coach. Not only does your quarterback know exactly where that first down marker is, he's able to pick up the first down, but then get himself on the ground. He avoids the big hit and picks up the first down.
On first and 10, here comes Walker. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. On second down, Smith. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Off the play fake, it's Smith. And that is incomplete. Jackson Smith and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, if you like defensive games, I'm not going to lie, I don't typically love them. Well, then this game is for you. I mean, neither team can seem to get anything going here in the first half. And after that incompletion, will likely end to another scoreless drive for this offense.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The Cardinals offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. Now a give running left. It's Connor. Up the sideline at the 35. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. They'll go again here to Connor. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. Working out of the gun, Murray. That is caught! And he's going to take this into the end zone. Sensational play for the moment. There's a marker down. I don't think he's going to like the result of this flag. Oh, as costly as they come. The holding call wipes away what would have been a long touchdown. Second down, Murray. That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Here's a give up the middle, Connor. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go right back to Connor. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down. It's a zone read, and Murray hanging on to it. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This defense has had their share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read. The defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself, and has a huge gain for a first down.
They'll throw on first down with Murray. He'll take off again.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. This is a give to Connor, running right. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal. He's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll run it here, and it's Connor. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. Now here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Connor. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
So backed up now to the 8-yard line. It's 3rd and goal. Murray looking to throw. And he will get into the end zone. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll manage to get to the 33. That's Zaven Collins on the stop. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the gun, it's Gino. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. On 1st down, Murray. That's to the right side, caught by McBride.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Murray now on 2nd down. That one incomplete. They can't hook up there, and that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning. Third and 5. Murray now. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. The Cardinals line up for a punt. And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and taken. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Working out of the gun, Smith. He's going to run it.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Smith. That's caught by Tyler Lockett. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. A huge play just before the half. 31 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. It's 2nd down.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. A 1st down there. Gain of 14 yards. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So that is what you want. I know sometimes it takes time, but they do get it right, and this call will stand. And he'll go down, back at the 4. Timeout Seahawks, that is their 2nd. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the first half clock. Now back at the 4 for 2nd and goal. They'll motion over Metcalf. Throwing on 2nd down, Smith. That is caught by the tight end. Noah Fant. Touchdown, Seattle.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand. Let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. And the Seahawks will level things out at 7 apiece. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense going to take over just before the half. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. They'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go until halftime. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the gun, it's Murray. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Taking off, and he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Here's third down and a few inches. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. He'll try to run for it. Card's going to signal for their third and final timeout. The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. Prater's kick is good. And the Cardinals get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead. So we're at halftime with just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with the coach, Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after
3
the break.
points, all that separates these two sides, has half number 2. Kicks off. DJ Dallas now to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and Kyler Murray set to take over once again. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. And he'll get about 5. Now Murray gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
That's caught by McBride. Second down and 3. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
On third down, here's a run by Connor. The defense all over that, met him in the backfield, stopped in his tracks, and it sets up fourth down.
Well, this seems pretty straightforward. 3rd and 1, just dial up a run play and run straight downhill, but this defense had other plans. They were ready and expecting that run, and they're able to take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Punt team out, ready to send this one away, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The visitors' offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. The tight end Fant in motion. On play action, Smith. The ball comes out. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. Fortunate that that was not worse for the offense. The pressure's on. They knock it out of the quarterback's hands. But only a safety instead of the defense getting a touchdown.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, Mike, you always have that clock in your head, but that clock has to speed up even quicker when you find yourself dropping in your own end zone. And fortunately for them, that fumble doesn't lead to a touchdown, but instead results in the 2-point safety.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Murray will throw. Off he goes.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw is Murray. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Murray. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes, and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Murray. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
A give, running right. It's Connor. 1st down and more inside the 20. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
That's the mindset I just love seeing from a running back, Mike. His eyes weren't just on that 1st down marker. They were on getting that 1st and some on top of it. That's pretty impressive.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Now, Murray. He'll go right and find his running back. They face 2nd down and 7. On the zone read, given to Connor. And he will power his way into the end zone. James Conner. Touchdown, Arizona.
That's a heck of a run right there, and I can't tell you, Mike, how many running backs coaches I've heard over the years say, your responsibility with the ball is to make the 1st guy miss. We can't block everybody on the field. That's the role of a good running back, and you see it here. All it takes is one missed tackle to get this guy in space, and he's able to do the rest with his legs and take it all the way.
Now Prater to tack on the extra point. He's got it. and the Cardinals will extend this third quarter lead. So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. This one taken at the 7. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it. Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
On second down, Walker, and he'll get forward for a couple. Adrian Taylor Demerson on the tackle. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for third down and 5. From the gun, it's Gino. In trouble, and down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Seahawks sending out their punt team. The Cards offense and their running back set to go once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Murray. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage. Tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
There he goes again. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Murray looking to throw. He'll run again. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
On 1st and 10, it's Murray. Off-balance throw, it's complete. Now they are in business, inside the 15-yard line.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm, being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down, but in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield, and there does come some danger when you throw back across, but in this case, it's a big completion.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Gonna work Connor in the middle here. Good blocking, and he's in. James Conner, touchdown Cardinals. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Prater on to attempt the extra point. He's got it, and the Cardinals are going to extend their lead. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Jalen Darden now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Buda Baker active and making the tackle there. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the second half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out.
Straight ahead, it's Walker. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll run here with Walker. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Smith. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner set to take over again. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. 1st and 10. On the give, this is Conner. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Murray. He runs with it. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
1st down throw for Murray. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average. And frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
A quick throw right side. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
It's pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest gain.
On 3rd down, Murray. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back, but instead you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the 1st down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
A couple of 1st downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Murray on 3rd down. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
They're all set to kick this one away. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. Past midfield. And he will finally be taken down. How about that? A really big play as the final one here in the 3rd. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Smith. He'll complete it to Barner. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Smith. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Complete. Metcalf with the grab. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
On first down is Smith. That is intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. Inside the 30. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Arizona. Second half, and the defense continues to be item one in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike, and now to come up with a pick six here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
Now Prater to tack on the extra point. His kick is good, and the Cardinals will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. Things not looking good, but see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Smith. Now he takes off. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Smith to throw on 1st and 10. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
On 1st and 10, here's Smith. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Throwing on second down, Smith. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Geno to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Kazir White. And the Cardinals are going to take over here up near the 40.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point, and now they'll try to finish up strong. It's a zone read, and Murray hanging on to it. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Connor. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
They'll go again here to Connor. Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt. Just what the punter's hoping to do. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Geno Smith getting ready for their next possession. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's Smith. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page, and we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw, here's Smith. And that is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Cardinals offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. On first down, the drive begins with Connor. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. They'll go right back to Connor. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass, nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
They'll run it on first down with Connor. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
This is a give to Connor, running right. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. He dropped for the loss of a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Now Murray keeping it himself.
Mike, I traditionally like zone read on third down, but it's typically 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. I think at this distance, you're asking a lot out of your quarterback. And in this case, the defense does a nice job rallying, and they're able to force a 4th down.
The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This one from 47 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
So Prater now, after the made field goal, back out to kick off. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start out, first down and 10. Now Smith. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Garrett Williams.
It makes sense to try to push the ball downfield, Mike, and go to the air when you find yourself trailing by this deficit, but it also makes you very predictable. You see the defense, they're in nickel personnel, extra defensive backs on the field. It gets that much harder to throw when the defense knows it's coming.
The Cardinals offense ready to see what they can do. They start with the lead and the football, and they do so With tremendous field position, it's 1st and 10. That one knocked away and incomplete. Devin Witherspoon with the tight coverage as he knocks it away.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
On 2nd down, Murray. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now a give running left. It's Connor.
No real surprise here, Mike. I think with the way their defense is playing, they decide to just play it safe, short run, get the ball a little bit closer for their kicker here on 4th down, and just make sure they end this drive with points.
The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This a 46-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Cardinals add on to their lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So Prater now, after the made field goal, back out to kick off. On the return is Darden. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Smith now. He'll get this complete to Walker. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. On 2nd down, Smith. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
On 1st down, here's Gino to throw. He's going to keep it himself. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a 1st down.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
A 2nd down throw for Smith. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Smith. Taking off, he'll try to get there. A gain there of 21. First down, Seattle.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. From the gun, it's Gino. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
3rd and 9. To throw, it's Smith. He'll go right and find his running back. On 4th down, the veteran Jason Myers for the Seattle field goal. This about as short as you can get. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
So Myers back out there, had the field goal a moment ago, now set to kick this one away. To return is Greg Dortch. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Now Connor. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
3rd down and 9. Power run inside. Here's Connor. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. So it's a win for the Cardinals. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. And as a result, they're going to come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win here in the desert for the Cardinals, as we say, so long from Glendale.